Hi, I'm Miles.
And I'm Marika.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
'Cause we don't!
Ooh. This is the Minisode.
Yay, mini.
Tiny. Teensy.
Stop describing my vagina.
So tight. We answer questions. You guys can send us those questions at idkpod@gmail.com.
Or idkwhatpod on Instagram.
But let's just get right into it with
Questions
Marika has.
Yes! I'm the one who has the questions. I feel like Miles always does.
She's collected the questions.
Yes. Because Miles does everything for this podcast. So, okay, so here's our question. Dear IDK, what I'm doing. I'm writing to you about your favorite topic. How do I successfully slide into the DMs of a hot man on Instagram? Over the weekend, I developed a crush on a handsome man who gained notoriety after 2017 appearance on Ellen for his work on behalf of queer students at his university. He's clearly single and doing AmeriCorps in Atlanta. Men doing service work is my weakness. I'm afraid that if I casually respond to his IG story or whatever, I'll just be another rando thirst gay online. How do I stand out and prove that I'm worth his time? Oh yeah, here's his account. His crush has like 5,000 followers about.
Okay, so this is my brother's question, just to expose him. And he did not tell me that he was on Ellen in 2017. I thought it was like a recent thing, which... Oh, also this guy is 6'10".
He is very tall.
I think he's 6'10", which is not a height. It's actually a fantasy
yeah, it's a fantasy
figure.
If you're like, want to be a small spoon, little spoon for the rest of your fucking life, which it is for me.
Yeah, but you could also be a backpack. You could be a big spoon backpack. Just be a little koala backpack moment. Koala and tree.
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. I'm like,
when you're big spooning?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like this, but I'll do it for you because I like you.
I like big spoon and little spoon.
Yeah, no.
Because little spoon's like, oh, I'm being held, and then big spoon, I'm like, oh, I get to touch you.
See, the only time I'm like, I like being quote unquote little spoon is when the person's just laying on their back.
Wait, little spoon or big spoon?
Big spoon. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. When the other person's laying on their back, and then I kind of just like climb on them, like on the side, and they like.
It's not really a spoon.
I know, it's not really
spoons
spooning.
fit together in the drawer.
It's not really spooning, but that's the closest that I like it, and I don't like being big spoon.
You can like cup their boob.
I don't want to cup their boob. Okay, it's just like awkward, and then their back is like at my face, and I'm like,
scoot up, scoot up.
I can't.
Everyone is the same height in bed, said Hayden Panettiere. That's a quote from her.
Okay, but I only did it because he like grabbed my like arm and my leg because he like shifted, and I'm like, okay, I'll do this for you, I guess.
You're like, I'm staring at your back knee.
Yeah, basically. Anyway, so what's your response, Miles?
I've only had success sliding in a DM one time. And I was on Facebook, actually. I have had tons of failure. So, I mean, it's interesting to me that this person only has 5,000 followers, and they were on Ellen 3 years ago. So, I don't think you have to be too worried about competition. I think that's not as much of a worry. It's just how do you slip and slide in the right direction.
Right. Yeah, it's more of like, it's not a question of like, should you, right? It's more of like, what should I say to stand out?
Would you ever do the thing where you like a few posts first?
Wait. I have done that. So, okay. So, I have like started following somebody that I had a crush on. And then he didn't follow me back right away. Or I was impatient. Let's be real, I was impatient. And then I liked his most recent post. And then I posted a thirst trap. And then that's how things started. Yeah. So, I don't know what to... Zachary, you should post, like, more thirst traps.
So Zachary could... I don't know. Yeah, Zachary could follow and like some things. And then see if you can get a follow back. And if not, then try DMing And I really have no advice. I don't know how to do that because knowing Zachary, I feel like he's going to try to be too formal.
Yeah.
But I also, it's like, or if you try to be flirtatious, it can kind of be like, sound like slutty and skanky. I would think about, I would think about what you would want someone to message you.
Ooh, that's excellent.
What are you going to respond to? And then I would just use that.
And I would also, like, look at his stories and do something, like, actually respond to what he's doing or...
Yeah. Oh, my God. We just message off a story.
Yeah.
Wait. Ugh.
Yeah.
Solved. Next question.
But, you know, because I'm sure a lot of randos, quote unquote, that are thirsty, just do like, hey, with the, like a bunch of Y's or like something like very sexual and lame. And that's not you.
Hey, double Y.
So yeah, just like respond to his stories and like, and also you can see if he's seen it and then he's left you on red. And if he's, you know.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Next question.
Perf. Oh my God.
Is it possible to date during COVID? I mean, Miles is an expert.
Yes, it is. Yes. I mean, I got my current boyfriend from COVID, which is what I wanted because I want to be like 3 years from now, be like, oh my God, remember the pandemic? Like I had started my relationship during the pandemic. Like, and wow, who does that? I'm so unique. And
not to brag, but
like I'm different than you.
I'm better at this than
not
you.
Like these other hoes. Actually, I went on one date pre-Andy that was like, or 2 dates. I did a video date with this guy and it was like blurry and I couldn't really see him. So then we went on a second date where we walked around. This was like really lockdown time.
Yeah.
Where we walked around a cemetery.
Oh yeah.
Or like we jumped the wall of a cemetery.
Did it rain or something?
No, it was just cold.
Oh yeah.
Which is weird to think about. Yeah. And then we got pizza at his place and like, but I wasn't into it, so we didn't do anything. So that was one way. It was like, video date, do I trust you? And then, I mean, it's always a little bit of like a risk. It's a little bit of a risk. Like, even with Andy, like, I mean, you're making out with somebody, right? Like, you kiss them and then you make out and you go to their place. So that's all germ exchange. So it's going to be a risk, but like, it's only one person at a time, which I think is better than like going to a party with 15 people.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one person.
It's Jamie who like asked this question. So she lives with her parents.
Oh, yeah. If you live with your parents, and the risk is higher because you're living with older people.
I like think is like the perfect time to like quote unquote date and like go on dates because you just do a video chat. I mean, have I done it? You
have the like pheromones and the endorphins and the smell and the, you know,
the energy,
the musk. Yes, video date, but what about date 2, date 3?
See, like, then that's when you put in more in an effort, you know?
And go somewhere with them?
I guess, like a park or something. Or
outdoorsy.
Yeah,
I mean, like all of...
I don't know. It's like it's like November basically now, so...
I know. My first 2 dates with Andy were outdoors. So we did an outdoor picnic, and the second date was mini golf. It's been interesting because I think it was a very different way to start dating somebody because we had to be more creative with dates. We did date ideas I would never do. Like, our first date was I go to a cemetery, or like... Annie, my first date was a picnic on a first date at a park, which I would have never thought to do that before. You know, or we went mini golfing, which I had never done that as a date.
Right. Well, that's kind of
it was like our dates were like more private and quieter because we would be more about like, let's do this and then let's walk somewhere. Like,
right.
It wasn't as like bar, restaurant, like let's bar hop on this date, which I hate. Bar hopping on a date, it makes me tired just thinking about it.
No, I don't like bar hopping either.
I don't want to go to a second. I don't want to go to a second.
Because like I don't like you enough to go to like a third, fourth, fifth place.
Oh my God, 5th.
Yeah, that's what I did one time.
Oh God, that's the best advice I can give on that.
Okay, so this is a question I got from Reddit. Okay, and it also has to do with like dating. Like, how do you flirt as an adult?
As an adult, as opposed to children flirting?
Because, like, I think when you're in middle school and high school, it's, like, a different way.
I wouldn't know. So, I don't know. Get that opportunity.
Sorry, or, like, high school or, like, college. I'm interpreting this question as an adult, like, in their 30s. Versus, like, college. I mean, like,
to me, we pretend... Okay, let's pretend it's not COVID. But, like, people pretend that all the old avenues aren't there. Like, you can still talk to people at bars. I got a date from somebody that went to the same trivia I went to, like, at a bar. I just talked to him.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You know, like, those avenues aren't dead, and it's like you can still maybe...
But is that flirting, though?
To me, my flirting
out.
is just, like, talking to them and, like, listening and asking questions. Like,
yeah.
my flirting is not very, like... There's not a lot of game happening. It's just, like, I'm interested in you, and that's why I'm talking to you. And I'm going to ask you to go out with me.
See, like, for me, it's, like, touching their arm or posting a thirst trap and, like, let's reminisce of when we had sex. Like...
Yeah.
You know, but if it's somebody new, I will, like, I'll be talking to them, and then, like, something, like, they'll say, like, a small detail about themselves, and I'll, like, try to remember that, and, like, get them coffee, or, like, I had this guy, like, buy me, like, cheap headphones, because I was complaining that mine, like, just broke, like, the day before.
That wasn't dating you, but that was,
yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, or, like, I think...
Gifts.
Yeah, he gave me, like, a little gift. And, I mean, what? They were, like, $5, $10 headphones, but I'm like, oh, my God, like, you remembered, and, like, that's kind of cool, and, you know, that sort of things. But, yeah, just, like, touching the arm and, like, kind of, like, giving them shit a little bit, I feel like, is what...
teasing? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Versus, like, when I was a kid, I was like, are they online? Are they on Instant Messenger? Let me put an alert when they sign in.
Oh, you can do that?
Oh my God, you didn't know that on Instant Messenger? Like, you could put an alert. Like, I did that for Ian
maybe.
all the time.
Oh, the door. Oh my God, I'm, like, being taken back to, like, the door opening sound and, like,
Yeah.
Thank God for GChat, which is basically the same thing, but nobody's on GChat.
And then, like, you would put your away message up and, like, type something.
I remember that. I think I typed literally in 6th grade with, like, pale pink, italicized font. And I'm like, guys, I'm straight. I like girls with my pink italicized, like, curls empty. But, yeah, I guess the answer to this question is there's more ways than ever to...
Yeah, there's more ways than ever as an adult, because you could talk about sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question answered.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the part of the show where we ask each other a question.
Oh, yeah.
I say that with a question mark because I'm like, wait, what was my question to Marika? Marika's also on, like, a banking app right now
No,
or something.
I'm doing my parking meter.
Okay.
Would you rather shave off 2 inches from your height and add it to your dick?
Whoa.
Or add 2 inches to your height, but you have to shave off 2 inches from your dick.
Please stop saying shave. Shave off. Ew, I just say subtract.
Subtract, I guess. Minus.
Wow, because I'm pretty happy with my height and dick right now. So I don't really feel the need to add to that.
I figured that would be your answer.
But I also don't want to subtract, because especially if I'm taller but now with a smaller dick, it's gonna look even smaller because of proportionizing.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like if I'm suddenly like 6'3", it's gonna look even smaller.
Yeah.
But if I have to do one or the other,
yeah.
I just like my height, so I think I don't really care about dick size, so I would probably just take off 2 inches and be 2 inches taller, I guess.
Miles, no, you don't. No, that's not the answer you want.
That's my answer. Well, no, I don't really hear about dick size, and honestly, as somebody and other gay people will sometimes tell you this too. As someone who's having anal sex, you do not want a huge dick in you necessarily, or because it's just like vaginal. I'm sure is different, but like anal, like big dicks are like sure nice to like suck and blow and whatever, hand job, feel great in your hand, but like in your booty. Okay, you do not need a twat ramming in there. Okay, it's like scary.
Oh, okay.
Like one time I, did anal for somebody, or bottomed for somebody, and I was like, I'm truly scared for my life. But
all right, we're gonna.
In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. We're gonna go really slow.
We're in this
really slow with lots of lube.
Okay.
And we got there.
We got there.
But it's like scary. It's scary. Yeah, I would just be 6'3" with a small. I guess currently I have a 2-inch dick, so 0 inch. Yeah. Great.
You mean 2-inch, like, not flaccid?
No, I'm like, I have a micropenis, so then it would just be like...
Oh my God.
I'm joking. Rika's like believing everything I say.
I was like, are you okay? Do you need a catheter? Like, what's
Oh my
happening?
God. So just turn into a vagina and we'd be great. Actually, I just learned about Audi vaginas yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's a thing.
In my head, all vaginas are the same. Because
Well...
I know there's like a ton of variety, but I just have like the one vagina image in my head and that's what they all look like. So...
Yeah. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, I have. It's a would you rather, but I guess this is more like, is it worth it? And is it
Okay.
worth the question? Is it worth it that somebody's going to give you $15,000 extra of your salary for 1 year,
Okay.
but the whole year you have to wear a Band-Aid on your pointer finger for an entire year? Is that worth it?
15,000 extra for the entire year. Or like every time I get a paycheck.
No, for the whole year.
Oh yeah, it's really worth it. What?
You want to have a Band-Aid? Oh, sorry. And you have you have like this little cut, like I have on my finger. You have like a little cut that you're like, but you have to make sure it's not getting infected and you have a Band-Aid.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ew.
What? $15,000 for a tiny cut on my finger? Are you crazy?
But like the Band-Aid is getting wet in the sink and you have to reapply.
Yeah, I replace every day. And then like it could be like Chris Martin or whatever that put like tape on his fingers all the time or whatever. And it'd be like different colors and stuff. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm currently in a Band-Aid situation and it's finally, I think, healed enough where I don't have to wear a Band-Aid, but like...
Because...
Every single time I wash my hands, I'm like, this Band-Aid's falling off, I have to put on another Band-Aid. And
No,
it's like...
okay. What?
It's so annoying, and then I'm like typing and it's like peeling
Wow,
off.
did you
And
hear
then
yourself?
I
It's $15,000. That's like half
Maybe
of...
I went too high.
$15,000. What? That's most of a car.
Okay, maybe I should have said 1,000.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe that's too high. No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Touche.
Because you would get used to it. You would get used to it. Like, oh, okay, this is another day of my life. Like, okay, whatever.
But the money that you would spend on Band-Aids, is that even worth it? My Band-Aids are diamond encrusted.
I was gonna say like
they're perfectly they're custom made to my skin tone. Sharky crystals. Because that's our episode.
That's our episode.
It's our Minisode. You can send us questions at idkpod@gmail.com.
Or IDKWhatPod on Instagram.
Or our own Instagrams. Mine
Yeah.
is UGFine, UGHHHHHH fine.
And then mine's Mad Hate, HAYTE
Yeah.
on Insta. So
We need questions to make the show happen. I guess we
Yeah.
actually have some questions right now,
right,
which is
we
amazing.
have a little storage of questions. So
Bye.
bye.